Varda, also known by many other names when praised by the elves, she is more commonly addressed by reflecting her role in making the stars, as Star Queen and Star Kindler. In Quenya, she is Elentari, and in Sindarin, Elberith. She is the one who created the stars and is responsible for the light against the darkness. For it is said that the light of Iluvatar still lives in her face, and in light is her power and her joy. Out of the depths of the universe, Ea, she came to help Manwë, the lord over the sky, and bring forth light out of the darkness of the night. And if Manwë is with her, Varda hears more clearly than all other ears the sounds of voices that cry from the east to the west, from the hills and the valleys, and from the dark places that Melkor, the Fallen One, has made upon earth. Of all the great ones who dwell in this world, the elves hold Varda most in reverence and love. Elbereth they name her, and they call upon her name out of the shadows of Middle-earth, and uplift it in song at the rising of the stars. The stars Varda is responsible for making in the Silmarillion, as all of them in our night sky today. But during Melkor's corruption on Arda, she left from the council and looked out from the height of the tallest mountain called Taniquetel, and beheld the darkness of Middle-earth under the innumerable stars, faint and far, and set forth the greatest accomplishment of all the Valar. She took the silver dews from the vats of the Telparan tree made of silver light, and made new stars for the coming of the firstborn, the Elves. They would be the constellations and planets that would be signs for all to see. Carnil is the Mars, Lunel is Uranus, Ninar is Neptune, and Lumber Saturn, and Alcaranque Jupiter, and Alamiri Mercury. And she wrought in that time, and many others of the ancient stars she gathered together and set as signs in the heavens of Varda. Wilverin, which means butterfly, some say it is Cassiopeia constellation. Teliumendel is the lovers of stars, some say it is Taurus, and others say Bootes. Soronume is the Lyra constellation, and Anarima is Arugia, or the Gemini constellation, and Menomilkar, Orion the hunter with his shining belt, that forebodes the last battle that shall be at the end of the days. And high in the north, as a challenge to Melkor, she set the crown of 7 mighty stars to swing. Velasirka, the Big Dipper within Ursa Major, the sickle of the Valar, and sign of doom for Melkor. Lastly, Menel Melkar strode up the sky, and the blue fire of Helûn, which is Sirius, flickered in the mists above the borders of the world. And in that hour the children of the earth first awoke by the starlit mere of Cuvianin, the water of awakening. They rose from the sleep of Iluvatar. All these stars in the sky were signs that Melkor would never distinguish the light of Arda without the will of Eru Iluvatar. When Manwë suddenly became aware that the elves had awoken, their arrival prompted Varda to create new stars to double the glory of the sky. And at the end of this task, Varda was returning in great haste to Valinor, and she dropped Orwinion, which is Arcturus, in the west, where it blazes above the world's edge. Varda, in order to commemorate the coming of the Eldar as they truly were awakened, made new stars, mingling the radiance of the silver tree that was stored in a basin with molten silver in Uli's workshop. Of the constellations, only the 7 stars is mentioned. These 7 stars, unnamed, could be the newest star system known as the Pleiades. Later in the Fellowship, the Pleiades within the Taurus constellation is referred to as its true name as the Netted Stars, in alignment to Orion as the great hunter points its arrow towards it. Away high in the east swung Ramareth, the Netted Stars, and slowly above the mists, red Borgil, Aldebaran, rose glowing like a jewel of fire. Then by some shift of airs all the mist was drawn away like a veil, and there leaned up as he climbed over the rim of the world the swordsman of the sky, Menelvelkar, and with his shining belt the elves all burst into song. 7 stars continues to play a significant role in Lord of the Rings as a sacred number of 7. 7 stars was also the symbol of Elendil, the leader of the faithful, and his heirs, representing the 7 ships of the faithful with the Palantir. The crown of Gondor bore 7 jewels of adamant set in the circlet as well. So which star is the light of Elendil to the elves? Venus was not named as the original planets involved in the awakening of the elves, but ended up becoming the light of Elendil, their most beloved star, which is the planet Venus's light, one of the brightest celestial bodies, and worshipped as the goddess of love as Aphrodite to the ancient Greeks. As you can see, Tolkien loved the stars and planets so much that he included the most prominent or visible ones to us today. And just as humans fall in love with the stars, the elves felt deep reverence for them for water, and the stars above them was the first that they saw as they opened their eyes. His message was clear truth and beautiful, that no matter if Arda or Earth was destroyed, there was still hope for life and light that lay amongst the stars, untouched by the darkness of Melkor forever.